guys, I'm Austin Coleman, and this is my Pi project video looper. So this project is going to be a real estate listing video looper. It would be a listing of a house or land, and someone will go out and take a video, download it on a USB. The USB will be plugged into the Pi, and then that video will just loop forever. The project will contain current listings for my local agency to be looped, and it would display the listings at the office on a TV or monitor. So the project's value, the project adds a new aspect to the office, giving it a more professional, fun, inviting feel, and the project is not only valuable to the office, but it is also valuable to the clients. They might come into the office, see a video of a house that's listed, looping over and over again, and they could fall in love with it and want to go see it or even buy it. So hardware I used for this project, I had a keyboard and mouse, a USB containing the video file, a monitor or TV to display the video. I used a Pi 3, a micro SD that had noobs installed on it, an HDMI to hook the Pi 3 up to the monitor, and then I had an internet adapter to download things such as the software VLC media player. So expected problems that I had when going into this project was making the project easy to understand for members of the agency. So this actually ended up being a pretty simple fix. The fix was that I just used a USB that would be plug and play. I made sure the bash script said insert USB. Once I would run the bash script, of course, it would say insert USB, and the member of the office would know that they can just insert a USB, and once you insert the USB, the video plays. So it's plug it in and it plays. And then another problem I thought I would have would be getting the loop to go an infinite amount of times. So I just solved this command by using it's a dash loop command. So the video will loop forever until I tell it to stop. On to unexpected problems. This is where things get a little more interesting. Getting a software that would play the video. So I looked at a lot of forums, and they all said to use OMX Player. They said OMX Player usually came installed with the Pi. For some reason, mine didn't. This wasn't a problem, I thought. I would just install it. But for some reason, I had a lot of issues installing OMX Player, so I cut my losses and just got VLC Media Player instead, which in my opinion works out pretty well. I had an SD card failure, so I had to create a new SD with noobs installed on it. Sadly, I had nothing backed up for this failure, so a big learning experience for me to back all my stuff up. The USB was not detected on the Pi at first, so I solved this problem by, first of all, my USB wasn't named correctly in the bash script, but I also had to manually mount the storage system, so that was interesting and new. Problems with the VLC media player showing the title and on-screen display. This was more of an eyesore thing. On the video looper, it would show the title of the video and the on-screen display to change the volume and stuff. I didn't want that, I just wanted the video. So I used the no on-screen display and no video title show command. Here is my script. So I just want to focus on the orange part up at the top where it says insert USB. So if a USB is not detected by the Pi, it will just keep saying insert USB, insert USB, insert USB over and over again until USB is inserted. So once I run the script, it'll start saying insert USB immediately. You plug in the USB, starts the 10-second countdown, and then it gets to playing the video. What sets my project apart? So this project was all my own code or own bash script. Every video that I looked at or could find easily on the internet was using a software video looper. So they would just install a video looper that was already made for the Pi. I didn't do this, obviously. I created my own bash script. And then also I used a excuse me, a VLC player instead of the OMX player. So like I said, I was having troubles with the OMX player. Every forum I looked at said to use the OMX player, but I figured out that the solution to my troubles with the OMX player was not to use it and to use the VLC player. And then my project is also set apart because I make sure it's easy for others to understand how to use it. I'll have to go into the office and start everything up and start running the script. But once the script is ran, it will literally be as easy as plug in the USB, unplug the USB, put a new video on it, plug the USB back in. It'll be that easy. So important takeaways is I got a better overall understanding of Raspberry Pi and Linux. I hadn't worked with a Raspberry Pi at all before college, so this project was definitely helpful in that aspect. I also learned a great deal about using the bash script and coding within the bash script, and also backing up my files on Linux. So troubleshooting was another issue that I learned about. I used troubleshooting code basically, so my code would tell me if it detected a USB or if my VLC video player was installed, things like that. That was really an important learning takeaway that I had, to use troubleshooting within my code. And then how the USB interacts with the Pi was another thing I learned about. I had to manually mount that storage system, as I said earlier. So now on to show you guys my project. So here is my Pi on the Xbox here. On the back you have your power and HDMI cable. To the side over here on the far left is the USB cable that's plugged in there, and on the right is the cables that hook up to the mouse and keyboard. And here is the video playing. It will loop infinitely. It's an 8-minute video. Once the video ends, you'll see the code for just a brief second, but it gets right back into it. It's really not that big of a problem, I've noticed. Thank you.